Thailand has been accused recently of practicing a form of modern-day slavery, particularly in the fishing industries, where many workers report being held against their will on a fishing boat. So we wanted to know if the country really practicing a form of forced labor. Well, Thailand's own one of the world's largest fishing sector. Thailand, China, and Vietnam altogether provide more than 50% of all fishery export in 2010, with Thailand ranked third globally in terms of export value. Despite the size, the fishing industry in Thailand is one of the least sophisticated and least paid industry in the whole nation. As such, many of these businesses tend to recruit from the poorer workers both domestically and from a neighboring country like Myanmar and Cambodia.
Industry for Thailand, as you know, Thailand's the third largest exporter of seafood products in the world. So with that comes quite a few potential risks as well, because it also employs a pretty large workforce, both on the processing side but also on the fishing boat side. It's a very long supply chain and a very complex one, where it goes from farming of shrimp, for example, to actually catching different kinds of fish at sea. Some of it is local, some of it is quite far away, and then coming on land to process it, whether it's to can it or to peel the shrimp and then package it then for export or even for local consumption here in Thailand. So you can imagine with this complex supply chain, there are some issues when it comes to workers that are working here. It's not a very high-skilled industry, so the kind of workers it attracts tend to be low-skilled workers, and many of them increasingly are not from Thailand itself. Many are from outside our neighboring countries like Myanmar and Cambodia in particular.
These workers, especially the migrant, has little protection under the Thai legal framework, lacking some of the most basic labor rights, such as the right to have their own migrant labor union leader. However, they are permitted to participate in the Thai-led union. But that is accounted for modern-day slavery. Well, for many cases, the answer is surprisingly no. Many of these workers have been accepted contract knowing full well of the heavily abusive condition that they will have to endure. A study by the United Nations International Labour Organization on the employment practices and working conditions in Thailand's fishing sector report that over 80% of the workers participating in the study has been working in the business willingly. However, it does not mean that the problem do not exist. Many of these contracts were established verbally, and significant number of workers were often paid 160 USD a month, far below the national minimum wage at 300 USD. More than 15% of workers participate in the ILO study also report a threat of violence by their at sea, and more than 8% report severe beating from their co-worker, in which the Burmese nationals are the most likely target. While ILO Convention No. 188 holds the skipper responsible for such violence, the local Thai skipper and a senior crews often fail to prevent such act and even engage in it themselves as a means of subjugation. The culmination of these poor practices had led the labor standard in Thai fishing sector to be described as unacceptable and akin to slavery. Of course, the actual case of forced labor and slavery also exists, and is a serious problem. However, their number is still relatively small, and some might even end up working willingly due to poor economic conditions. Thus, it is much more important to uplift the working standard as a whole. And in fact, Simrin Singh, a representative from the ILO, mentioned that the boycott or sanction against these companies could potentially make the matter worse, as the boat workers also depend on the job for income. Currently, the Thai government has been making numerous attempts to target the issues. However, as of right now, the problem remains. Thank you for watching Alpha Plus. If you appreciate this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to get more updates.